Hello and good day to you all. My name is Maria Di Blasi. I am with Bridge to Health, New Mexico. We are located in Española. You can also find us online at bridgetohealthnm.com. Today's presentation is going to be on gut health, why it is important, what it is, how we can get better. And as usual, today I am going to be helping myself with a PowerPoint presentation. I hope it is enlightening. I hope it is educational. And remember, please, that if you have any questions, doubts, or comments, leave them down here underneath the video, and we will be glad to get back to you. So let's begin. So today, as I had said, we're going to be talking about gut health. What can we expect when we have a healthy gut? When we have a healthy gut, we can expect to have better moods, a better hormone balance. We reduce inflammation and pain. We have a stronger immune system. Of course, better energy, less food sensitivities, less anxiety and depression, believe it or not, improved absorption of critical nutrients, improved cognitive function, lower risk of disease, reduced seasonal allergies, clearer skin, and enhanced resilience to stress. All of this is a consequence of having a healthy gut. Now, what is or how can we improve our gut? We're going to be talking about the gut microbiome. The incredible complexity of the gut and its importance to our overall health is a topic of increasing research in the medical community. More and more people are realizing how important it is for us to have a healthy gut. Numerous studies in the past 2 decades have demonstrated links between gut health and the immune system, mood, mental health, autoimmune diseases, endocrine disorders, skin conditions, and cancer. We saw the list in this past slide of everything that can be improved with a healthy gut. At one time, our digestive system was considered a relatively simple body system, comprised essentially of one long tube for our food to pass through, be absorbed, and then excreted. So everybody just thought, well, it's just our intestines, everything that comes through our stomach goes through the intestines, and that's it. The term gut microbiome refers specifically to the microorganisms that live in our intestines. A person has about or between 300 to 500 different species of bacteria in their digestive tract. While some microorganisms are harmful to our health, many are incredibly beneficial and even necessary to have a healthy body. According to an article in the Journal of Gastroenterology and Hepatology, having a wide variety of these good bacteria in your gut can enhance your immune system function, improve symptoms of depression, help combat obesity, and provide numerous other benefits. So as you can see, it is important that the bacteria or the microbiome, like it says here, in our gut or in our intestines, in our digestive system, is varied and is kept healthy so that it has healthy consequences on the rest of our health. So why is it important? So your gut, otherwise known as your digestive system or your gastrointestinal system, your GI system, digests the food you eat, absorbs from it, and uses those nutrients to fuel and maintain your body. So our digestive system, so our gut, once we eat the food, it goes through it, it helps digestion. As it digests, it absorbs the nutrients it needs from the food and uses all the nutrients to help our body either getting fuel or maintaining our great machine that is our body, working or functioning as it should. The gut plays a huge role in the health and well-being of our bodies, says Alicia Romano, a specialized clinical dietitian at Tufts Medical Center in Boston and a spokesperson for the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. In addition to digesting food and absorbing the nutrients, the gut is in tight communication with the brain, playing a constant game of telephone. So it sends the signals from our gut to the brain, which influence a number of factors, including immune activity, GI muscle contractions, so our gastrointestinal system contracts, and fluid secretion. So between the brain and the gut, they're sending back and forth all the information they're needed to keep our body healthy and functioning like it should. So the gut is a key player in our body's immune system. Over 70% of our immune cells reside in the gut. So think about it. What keeps you healthy and what keeps you strong against diseases? Our immune system. And 70% of our immune system cells live in our GI system, in our gut. So we need to keep our gut healthy so that the rest of our body is also healthy the same way. So what are signs of an unhealthy gut? Many facets of modern life, such as a high stress levels, too little sleep, eating processed and high sugar foods, and taking antibiotics can all damage our gut microbiome. This in turn may affect other aspects of our health, such as the brain, our heart, our immune system, our skin, weight, hormone levels, the ability to absorb the nutrients, and even the development of cancer. So think about it. Stress, not getting enough sleep, eating the wrong foods, and even the medications we're taking are all contributing to our gut not being healthy like it should. So, and there are several ways an unhealthy gut can manifest itself. The most common signs are these 7 that we're going to be talking about. First one is an upset stomach. Stomach disturbances like gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, and heartburn can all be signs of an unhealthy gut. A balanced gut will have less difficulty processing food and eliminating waste. So, it is normal that when we are eating food, we exhibit certain symptoms of the food that we're eating. We know that if we eat beans, we're going to bloat and we're going to gas. If we eat too much rice, for example, we'll get constipated. If we have too many of foods that might lax our system, we're going to have diarrhea. If we have food that is going to be very heavy in spices, we might get heartburn. This is normal for us to have a certain degree. But when you are having too much of these symptoms, too many of these symptoms, and too often, that's when we need to be conscious that there's something there that's not right. The second one is a high sugar diet. A diet high in processed foods and added sugars can decrease the number of good bacteria in your gut. This imbalance can cause increased sugar cravings, gut even still further. High amounts of refined sugars, particularly high fructose corn syrup, have been linked to increased inflammation in the body. Inflammation can be the precursor to a few diseases and even cancer. So let's lower our sugar contents. Unintentional weight changes can also be another sign of an unhealthy gut. Gaining and losing weight without making changes to your diet or exercises can be a sign of an unhealthy gut. An imbalanced gut can impair your body's ability to absorb the nutrients, regulate blood sugar, and store fat. Weight loss can be caused by a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, while weight gain can be caused by insulin resistance or the urge to overeat due to a decreased nutrient absorption. Sleep disturbances or constant fatigue can also be another sign. An unhealthy gut may contribute to sleep disturbances such as insomnia or poor sleep, and therefore lead to fatigue. The majority of body's serotonin, a hormone that affects your sleep and mood, is produced in the gut. So if your gut is unhealthy, it will impair your ability to sleep well. It will not let you sleep well. Some sleep disturbances can also be linked to the risk for fibromyalgia. Skin irritation. Skin irritation is one of the very first signs of an unhealthy gut. Skin conditions like eczema can be related to a damaged gut. Inflammation in the gut caused by poor diet or food allergies may cause increased leaking, quote unquote, of certain proteins out into the body, which can in turn irritate the skin and cause conditions such as eczema. So when we are absorbing these nutrients, sometimes the gut, when it's too inflamed, when it's too swollen, can let or secrete proteins out of the gut into certain parts of the body where it shouldn't be. So the body gets irritated, and this is what causes the skin and other conditions. Another sign of unhealthy gut would be an autoimmune condition. Medical researchers are continually finding new evidence of the impact of the gut on the immune system. It's thought that an unhealthy gut may increase systemic systemic inflammation, meaning your systems get inflamed, and alter the proper functioning of your immune system. So if your gut is not healthy, like we said before, your immune system is going to feel it. This can lead, of course, to autoimmune diseases where the body attacks itself rather than harmful invaders. That could be bacteria, that could be diseases, that could be germs, viruses. And the very last one that we're going to mention for today, unhealthy gut, would be food intolerances. Food intolerances are the result of difficulty digesting certain foods. This is different than a food allergy. It's not the same to be intolerant than to be allergic. Person can be dairy or lactose intolerant, but your body will not go into overdrive like it would be for an allergic reaction. An allergic reaction is usually caused by, certain foods, like it could be peanuts or it could be seafood, for example. It is thought that food intolerances may be caused by poor quality of bacteria in the gut. So if your gut doesn't have the bacteria, the quality of bacteria that you should be having, that's when it causes the intolerance. This can lead to difficulty digesting the trigger foods and unpleasant symptoms, of course, like bloating, gas, diarrhea, pain, and nausea. There's also some evidence that food allergies can be related to gut health. So how can we improve our gut bacteria? The very first one and the most important one, please, eat a diverse range of foods. We need to be able to include everything in our diets. If we're only eating proteins, or we're only eating carbs, or we're only eating a certain type of food, then we're not keeping our body functioning like it should, not only in our gut, but everything else. There are hundreds of species of bacteria in your gut, each of which plays a specific role in your health and requires different nutrients for growth. Generally speaking, a diverse microbiome is considered a healthy one. This is because more species of bacteria you have, the more health benefits they may be able to contribute to. So in the case of the gut, there is good bacteria, and the more good bacteria you have, the better you will be. Unfortunately, the traditional Western diet is not very diverse and is rich in fat and sugars. It is estimated that 75% of world's food is produced from only 12 plant and 5 animal species. However, diets in certain rural regions are often more diverse and richer in different plant sources. For example, believe it or not, New Mexico has a more diverse diet than a country. Still not diverse enough, but better than other parts. For this reason, a few studies have shown that gut microbiome diversity is much greater for people in rural, for example, in rural Africa and South America, than in people from urban areas in Europe and the United States. So what does that mean? It means that people are eating more fruits, more vegetables, are varying the amount and the type of protein in their diets, that we are not. So, which brings us to number 2. Eat lots of vegetables, legumes, beans, and fruit. Fruits and vegetables are the best sources of nutrients for a healthy microbiome. They are high in fiber, which your body cannot digest. However, certain bacteria in your gut can digest the fiber, which stimulates their growth. Beans and legumes also contain high amounts of fiber. Some high fiber food that are good for your gut bacteria include raspberries, green peas, broccoli, chickpeas, lentils, whole grains, bananas. We also talked about beans and legumes. And then we have apples, artichokes, blueberries, almonds, and pistachios also have been shown to increase a certain kind of bacteria in us that's called a bifidobacteria, which is considered a beneficial bacteria because they can help prevent intestinal inflammation and promote gut health. So think about it this way. Fruits, like we said, vegetables, legumes, beans, and fruit. The more you incorporate into your diet, the better. Number 3, fermented foods. Fermented undergone fermentation, a process in which sugars that they contain are broken down by either yeast or bacteria. Some examples of fermented food, we have yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, kombucha, tempeh, amongst others. Many of these foods are rich in lactobacilli, which is a type of bacteria that can benefit your health. Research shows that people who eat a lot of yogurt appear to have more of these bacteria, lactobacilli, in their intestines. These people also have less enterobacteriaceae, which is a type of bacteria associated with inflammation and several chronic conditions. So, incorporate yogurts into your life. Look for other kinds of fermented foods, not drinks, foods. Similarly, studies have shown that yogurt consumption can improve intestinal bacteria and decrease symptoms of lactose intolerance. However, many yogurts, especially flavored yogurts, contain high amounts of sugar. Look at the labels, people. We need to make sure that the sugar content in our yogurt is not high. Try and keep it under 10 grams. They are very good yogurts out there that have a low amount of sugar. You can even produce sugar at home. It is very easy. If you need the recipe, let me know, and I would be glad to share the recipe for yogurt with you. It is very, very easy to do. So therefore, it is best to opt for plain, unsweetened yogurt or a flavored yogurt with minimal sugar that is made only of milk and bacteria mixtures, also called starter cultures. Additionally, make sure that the label reads contains live active cultures. If your yogurt does not say that it contains live cultures, there's no point in you having yogurt because it's not really the fermented food you need. Also consider fermented soybean milk can promote the growth of beneficial bacteria while decreasing quantities of other harmful strains of bacteria. So remember, people, more yogurt, more kefir, you can find it in the grocery stores. Eat prebiotic foods. Prebiotic foods are foods that promote the growth of beneficial bacteria in the gut. They are mainly fiber or what we call complex carbs that human cells cannot digest. Instead, certain species of the bacteria in their gut will break them down and use them for fuel. Many fruits, vegetables, and whole grains contain prebiotics, but they can also be found on their own. Resistant starch can also be a prebiotic. This type of starch is not absorbed into the small intestine, and it passes into the large intestine without being absorbed, where the microbiota breaks it down. Many studies have shown that prebiotics can promote the growth of several types of beneficial bacteria, including bifidobacteria, which we talked about before. Certain prebiotics can also reduce insulin, triglyceride, and cholesterol levels in people with obesity, which could be also beneficial for the prevention of heart disease and diabetes. 5, if you can, breastfeed for at least 6 months. A baby's microbiome begins to properly develop at birth, people. However, studies suggest that babies can be exposed to some bacteria even before birth through, the bacteria that the mom brings in. So during the first 2 years of life, an infant's microbiome is continuously developed and rich in beneficial bifidobacteria, which can digest the sugars found in breast milk. Many studies have shown that infants who are fed formula have an altered microbiome, which is fewer of the good bacteria. What's more, breastfeeding is also associated with lower rates of allergies, obesity, and other health conditions. There are a list of conditions that you can help your child avoid if you breastfeed. 6, eat whole grains. Whole grains contain lots of fiber and non-digestible carbs, such as beta-glucan. These carbs are not absorbed in the small intestine, and instead they make their way to the large intestine to promote the growth of beneficial bacteria. So, research suggests that whole grains can promote the growth of several different kinds of bacteria in humans. And in this studies also, whole grains increase the feelings of fullness. It helps us feel fuller for longer. They help reduce inflammation and also reduces the risk of heart disease. However, keep in mind that some research shows that gluten-containing grains, such as wheat, barley, and rye, may negatively impact gut health by increasing intestinal permeability and inflammation in some people. Not in everybody, just in some people. While this mostly applies to those with celiac disease or people that have a sensitivity to gluten, we still need more research to determine this, okay? So, last, eat a plant-based diet. Diets containing animal-based foods promote the growth of different types of intestinal bacteria than those diets that are plant-based. Studies have shown that vegetarian diets may benefit the gut microbiome, which may be due to the high fiber content. For example, we have a study that showed that vegetarian diet reduces the level of disease-causing bacteria in people with obesity, as well as reduces body weight, inflammation, and cholesterol. In 2019, there was another study that noted that plant foods are rich in specific nutrients that increase the level of beneficial bacteria and decrease the bad bacteria. So, but it's still unclear if the benefits of a complete vegetarian diet are due to the lack of meat or if there's another factors at play. So, we're not saying go completely vegetarian, we're just saying try and make it so that your diet is primarily vegetarian. Number 8, eat foods that are rich in polyphenols. Polyphenols are plant compounds that have many health benefits, including the reductions in blood pressure, inflammation, cholesterol, oxidative stress. Human cells can't always digest polyphenols because they aren't absorbed efficiently. Most polyphenols make their way to the colon, where they are digested by gut bacteria. Some examples of these foods are chocolate, red wine, grape skins, green tea, almonds, onions, blueberry, and broccoli. Polyphenols in cocoa can increase the amount of the bifidobacteria and lactobacilli in humans and reduce the quantity of Clostridia. Furthermore, these changes in the microbiome are associated with lower levels of triglycerides and C-reactive protein, which is a marker of inflammation. The polyphenols in red wine have similar effects and have been shown to increase the levels of beneficial bacteria. So, yes, red wine is good, but remember, everything in moderation. Then we have collagen boosting foods. Collagen rich foods such as bone broth and salmon can be beneficial for, overall health as well as gut health. Try adding a variety of foods, for example, mushrooms, good dairy, and certain meats for collagen boosting properties also. Now, I'm not going to go into this part, but if you increase your probiotics also, it will help alter the microbiome, okay? The probiotics, what happens with probiotics, what happens mostly is it helps improve the gut microbiome, and it helps it get stronger, okay? It helps it restore itself after it's been unhealthy. Okay. Kefir, sauerkraut, yogurt, all of these have probiotics also. Remember, people, there's a difference between prebiotics and probiotics. Look it up. So, we're going to go through this very quickly. So, in summary, how can you improve your gut? 1, lower your stress levels. 2, get enough sleep. 3, eat slowly. Chewing your food thoroughly and eating your meals more slowly can help improve digestion and the absorption of these nutrients. Stay hydrated. Drink lots of water. Take a prebiotic or a probiotic or both. It can help. Remember, always consult your healthcare provider. Always consult with your doctor before adding any supplement to your diet. 6, check for food intolerances. If you have symptoms like cramping, bloating, pain, diarrhea, rashes, nausea, fatigue, or acid reflux, you might be having some kind of food intolerance. Talk to your doctor. They will be able to help you with this. And of course, change your diet. Reduce the amount of processed foods, reduce the amount of high sugars, reduce the amount of high fat foods, and eat plenty of plant-based foods and lean protein. And of course, we cannot forget fiber, fiber, fiber. So, the human gut is more complex than was previously thought and has a huge impact on your whole body health. A healthy gut contributes to a strong immune system, heart health, brain health, improved mood, healthy sleep, and effective digestion. And it may help prevent cancers and, of course, autoimmune diseases. There are several lifestyle changes you can make to positively affect your gut health and overall health as a result. That's it for me for today. I would recommend you go online and research more if this is what interests you. There are many ways that you can change your diet very easily. Remember to include plant-based, lean protein, fibers. Keep your diet varied. If you keep your diet varied, you're on the right track. Remember to use foods that have live cultures, fermented food. You can get it creative. You can ferment all kinds of vegetables at home. There's very simple changes you can make in your diet that will help you improve your gut. If you need more help, we're here to help you. Please feel free to send us an email, give us a call. Bridge to Health New Mexico. We're located in Española, and we will be glad to help you out. Have a good day, and I will see you next time.